Will you look at this? We've got new dwarves to check out. My camera doesn't work and I can't work out why, so we're just going to go in raw. Go straight in. No nonsense. Let's have a look at a new Lord in plastic. Not just a Lord. Oh no. A Lord in plastic. Multi-part, multi-option, one on foot, the other the other on the shield, obviously. I mean, they say muscular. Like properly built shield bearers. You would have to be. You would have to be. The shield is metal. The shield has metal handles on it. And standing on top of the shield is a dude covered in metal. That's quite a bit of weight. I feel like you have to have at least a decent or a semi-decent gym routine to manage that. Especially since they are also themselves covered in armour. AKA more metal. And cloth. Cloth's quite heavy. You put enough cloth on, it's going to weigh you down. It's going to weigh you down, especially when wet, but I don't think that's really a problem for them. I don't know why I said that out loud, really. The important thing is this. It's a new Dwarf Lord for the old world, and it looks fantastic. And you know that it's a modern sort of re-sculpt or a modern sculpt, just new version of an older unit because of how delightfully crisp and nice it is, right? Well, as you scroll down, there's going to be something to compare it to, and you can immediately tell that this is new. It feels very new comparatively. The thing is, of course, they've kept the styling. The styling is still the same. The kind of classic, well, I mean, Warhammer fantasy style. It lives on through the old world, and they've done a really good job of keeping it like consistent, but just making everything that much nicer. For a start, the mad beards look absolutely great. I really like the just insane, long, heavy beard action they have going on. How much maintenance do they do on those things? I mean, look how clean. Look how clean and, like, well taken care of that beard hair is. That's got to be hours a day, right? Hours a day to keep that sort of standard. The axes look great. The armour looks fantastic. It's quite busy. They are quite busy, but then there's a lot of, like, dwarven sigils and stuff to cram onto the armour. There isn't that much armour to cram it onto because they're only small, because they're dwarves, a little short. That there's only so much you can do to like get as much finery in without making them look overbearing, and I think it's a fine line to tread. I think they've kind of nailed it. So we have some alternate angles as well. I mean, it does look good. I like the fact the cloak's different. There's like multiple options for cloak. It looks like 2 options for axe as well. You've got like a what is it called? It's just like a double-headed, isn't it? And then you've got one that's sort of got like a hammer on the back end of it as well. That's really cool. I'm assuming that you can mix and match like the upper halves. So if you want the guy on the shield, you can still use the cloak with the kind of lizard skin pelt. Does pelt only apply to fur? Or can it also be for like... No, you can't have a snake pelt, can you? That's mental. What are you talking about? But you know what I mean. I like the fact that you can chop and change them, basically. Pelt, no pelt, whatever it is. I think both versions of this look really, really cool. They've done a really good job here. Solid. Quality. We also have a Dwarf Thane with handgun, and I think this actually, I might prefer this to the Lord. This also looks new, and it looks solid. I mean, handgun. Handgun? I don't know a huge amount about guns, right? About firearms. My kind of layman's ignorant impression was that a handgun is like a pistol type thing, or like pistol size. Like, you don't need 2 hands to fire it, right? Is that not true? Or is this guy going around pointing that thing with 1 hand and firing it? Because if that's the case, what an absolute legend. Mind you, it's fantasy, so they can give it whatever name they like, but still... I like the idea of him holding the pipe in 1 hand and shooting people with the gun that is literally taller than he is with the other hand. That is an excellent mental image. That's fantastic. It's only a small thing here, by the way, but obviously he looks decent again. Like, the beard looks fantastic. The kind of scale that he's got going on, like the kind of scale mail sort of look, then with chainmail underneath. You got enough scale and chain. The full-on asterisk style helmet is fantastic. Love that. Absolutely love it. It nearly doubles his height. Quality. But the stock on the gun, the way they've used like a knotted bit of wood, and that like the knots are still in there, and it's been carved and shaped, but it's still quite rough. I think that's fantastic. That is genuinely excellent. Like, I really like that. I really, really like that. The Thane with Handgun, I mean, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. That is a 10 out of 10 model. Love that. Only downside is resin. We also have Ungrim Ironfist, and this is great. That is one of the most incredibly threatening models I've ever seen. They've nailed the expression. The expression is so good, which is extra impressive because a lot of it is hidden beneath a, fairly intimidating helmet. I really, really like this. There's just something incredibly menacing and scary about this model. They've done a great job. I mean, it also helps that it looks like he could pick up someone 8 times his size. That does a lot. You know, they've done a good job with the old muscle sculpt in there, but I mean, just overall, the aura, the threatening aura that old Ungrim is radiating out is fantastic. The hair is great, the beard is fantastic. I mean, the way he's holding the axe and it's like pushing into the beard hair is really cool. I like that a lot. Just nice little detail. Oh, that is good. That is a good model. Now, of course, I know some of you may disagree, but I think the glow up is real here. Like that. Look at that. To be fair, the other one was from 1993. So, you know, there's definitely an advantage in terms of technology, in terms of just overall artistic direction of the company, so on and so forth. But old as hell, literally 31 years old, the older model. So, I mean, yeah, the new one is most likely gonna just sort of pivot to the post, just gonna look that little bit more pleasing to the eye, I think. And now to do the ultimate contrast, here is a bunch of dwarves that were sculpted in 1985. So, before even I was born, and I frankly feel old AF at the moment, man, it's like looking at the past. It is just like looking at the past. Which, I mean, it is, because they've not done anything to change or update these, so they are just that old, but it's insane to me that this company, right, went from this. There is a, like, I wouldn't say directly traceable, but there is a traceable lineage between these and the flying sky dwarves who have a ton of guns and ships that don't go in the sea but just float around in the air. That, I mean, what an insane evolution. It took a long time, but still, mental. And they had new molds like a cut for these. Oh wow! I mean, this is the kind of thing that I could see myself buying a squad just to have them, just for the fact that they're here again, like, just the fact that they've come back. 1985. What the hell? These are being sold in nearly 40 years later, you can get them again. That almost feels like it's an opportunity that shouldn't be missed, even though I'm not doing the old world, so what would be the point? But I don't know, it's like tickling a weird part of my brain that's like, yeah, but imagine being able to buy these now. And then you can. What? I actually really like them. They've got a lot of old charm. Like, they obviously look dated as anything, but there's a lot of, like, it's like a different... It's almost like just a different type of miniature at this point. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a totally different type of miniature. And there's also the Goblin-Hewer, which I think is absolutely hilarious and one of the funniest concepts that they've done. I love it. Absolutely. Whose idea was this? It's so funny. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. I think it's just the idea of this thing lobbing axes at stuff from range. Just a mad idea. And brilliant because of it. Love it. Absolutely love this thing. Basically, this lot are going up for pre-order tomorrow, which is why they've done this article. And, yeah, there's some good stuff in here. This is my guy, though. This is my guy. This is the one. This is the one I want. This lad right here. What a quality model. Hell yeah.